What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is White Gamer, and we're officially 6 months into FC26 Pro Clubs. So this is like our final thoughts slash review on Pro Clubs only, guys. Only on Pro Clubs. I want to start off by showing you guys how many hours I've spent on this game. All this is on Pro Clubs, 46 days and 22 hours. So that's like over 1,000 hours, and probably 98 or 99% of this is on Pro Clubs. So guys, let's start off with the gameplay. The gameplay has definitely declined from the first month. The first month, the gameplay was probably one of my favorites of FIFA slash FC. It really was. If you look back at reviews from any content creator, majority of them and the majority of the people liked the gameplay the first month, month and a half. And guys, over these last couple of months, it has gotten worse. Let's start off with the tackles now. EA made a big promise, a big whole deal about the tackles being improved, and they did get improved, but these last couple of months, guys, sometimes when you make tackles, the ball just bounces off of you, it bounces off your teammate, it bounces off your opponent, and it's just a back and forth ping pong. So it kind of reminds you a little bit of FC25. Now, don't get me wrong, FC25 gameplay was the worst. This is not that, but it has gotten worse over the months. And I don't know if it's all these updates that we get every couple of weeks that just makes the gameplay worse. I also want to talk about the interceptions, guys, especially if you use the Intercept Plus. I've noticed sometimes when you use the Intercept Plus, I think this is a game error code. Your pro tries to intercept the ball, but the game reads it as a block and it bounces off of you instead of your pro trapping the ball. So the whole tackling and sometimes intercepting is so weird. Ball bouncing off of you, which that didn't happen, guys. That did not happen the first month or so of the game. As time went on, yeah, that's starting to happen a bit more. I'd probably say that's like probably one of the main things with the gameplay these last couple of months in FC26 clubs. The next thing is, guys, is the playstyles, guys, because the playstyles and the gameplay, they kind of intertwine, guys. Now, I hope, I hope in FC27 EA removes the playstyle. They really do need to remove the playstyle, guys, because I think that makes the gameplay way worse because you have all these playstyles popping up for people, the game trying to process all that, and I think that just makes the gameplay way worse. Let's not forget to mention, guys, that the Bruiser Plus is very overpowered. It really is, guys. If you use Bruiser Plus and you're using it right, super easy. You literally all you gotta do is spam the Bruiser Plus. Your opponent will go off flying. And if you're an attacker and if you come up against a center back or a fullback that has Bruiser Plus, you know exactly what I mean, guys. Your pro will bounce off or fly off if you're coming up against someone with Bruiser Plus, which that is very unrealistic. You need to just remove these playstyles, guys. And I know about a month ago we had a update which made the passing, the short passing, and the long passing matter more. But guys, it's too late. I'm gonna be real with you guys. It's too late into the year. EA can bring out any update they want. Playstyles will always matter more than the attributes themselves. I don't care what anyone says. We're too late into the year. Doesn't matter what update they bring from now until the end of the game cycle. The playstyles just matter more, guys. If you have Bruiser Plus, you're gonna be bullying off everyone and anyone. If you have, the Finesse Shot Plus or the Low Driven Plus, your pro's gonna be able to perform those way better. And I hope they really do scratch off the playstyles, guys, or just make them not matter that much for FC27. This is the third year that we've had Playstyle Plus, and I think it's completely derailed the whole game as a whole. And yeah, it's just been a mess, guys. We made literally a 10-15 minute video a couple months ago just talking about how the playstyles just need to go and scratch that all off. The next thing is the Archetype system, guys. Now, this Archetype system, I think in general was a big miss. I'll give credit to EA for trying something new, but they just failed at it. And, it's okay. Sometimes new things don't work out well. So what I want to start off first is probably the number one thing people hate about the archetypes, and it is resetting your archetype, guys. If you want to reset your archetype, you have to spend 5,000 coins, which it might not seem a lot. Yeah, it's only 5,000, but once you start resetting, it starts to add up, guys. I've easily spent easily over 400,000 coins on resetting bills, but also from my YouTube stuff. So that's different. But the average person, guys, are not going to have enough time to rack up coins and keep resetting. So I'm hoping, and I think they will, in FC 27, just let us reset our archetypes as many times as we want, guys, because a lot of people like to use certain archetypes in different positions, so they set up their archetype to fit that position. A prime example is the Magician. I know a lot of people that like to use the Magician as striker, cam, winger, center forward. So sometimes they gotta reset it to fit accordingly that position. So they need to remove spending 5,000 coins on resetting your archetype. The next thing is with the archetype is I wish we had a roadmap to tell the community and the player where that archetype or what playstyles or yeah, for example, we'll talk about the creator. The creator is a perfect example. At the beginning of the year, we had what, 2 playstyles or 1 playstyle plus? I forgot what we had, but when we got the 3rd playstyle plus for the creator became useless. It really did. They gave it Game Changer Plus, which was so pointless. So if there was a roadmap, at least people from day one would have picked, and way more people would have picked in the Maestro, which Maestro now is really popular in the competitive scene at Cam. Even the Magician is really popular at Cam because you just have better playstyles. Again, that also brings us to our other point we made, how the playstyles just carries a lot of value into the archetype system. So if they had a roadmap to tell people, okay, this is the playstyles the archetype is going to have a couple months from now and towards the end of the game, at least people will know what to choose accordingly. Because guys, creator is a great example. The creator got screwed over when it got the Game Changer, and some of these archetypes are better than others because of the playstyle plus that they have, because that's just the way the game is. Another thing is, guys, is grinding the archetypes. They made it very difficult this year. I mean, this is the first year we've had this kind of pre-selected for us, the way the builds are. Most of you guys will never get to use most of these archetypes to the full potential. I know some of you guys are grinding other archetypes, but most of you guys aren't going to get them to level 90, and that's the whole point in front of it. Try to get them to level 90 so you can use them and try them out, see if you like them better than your other ones. They made the grind really hard, guys. They really did. I want to give this perfect example. Like, let's say you have the Magician on lock, right? And let's say you want to try out the finisher and the target. Well, you have to start from level 1, guys. We're about to be in April, a couple days from now. No one wants to use a level 1 build. It's pointless. It is pointless. Even if you have the consumables to level up, it is pointless. What they should do for next year is, when you unlock an archetype, the Magician, and you're leveling it up, you also at the same time earn XP for your finisher and your target. So for each category, the forward, the midfielder, the defender, and goalkeeper, if you unlock one of them, the Magician, you're also earning for your finisher and target. So by the time you unlock it, you're not starting from level 1. You're starting, for example, halfway through what level. So we're level 90. What's half of 90? It'll be like 45. So you'll start from finisher at level 45. That's just an example. Because, guys, the grind this year is not easy. It is not easy. Yes, you can get consumables. But if you want to have multiple archetypes, you're going to need to grind a lot. And some people don't have the time for that, and that's completely understandable. So they definitely need to revamp the archetype system and the way you level up the archetype system. I think a couple months ago, 2 or 3 months ago, I did a poll and I asked, most people only have 1 archetype maxed out. Most people, that's at most. Some of them don't even have 1 archetype maxed out. So, and it kind of sucks, guys, because the archetype system also restricts you on building the pro that you want. And that's like the whole core of Pro Club, is customizing and making the pro however you want. And with them introducing an archetype system, it kind of restricts you in what you want, especially with the playstyles. And some attributes are capped out. For example, you're capped out at 92 pace on a creator. Again, that's just an example. So, we're definitely going to have archetype system come back in FC 27. They just needed to improve on it. And then one last thing regarding the archetype system, please, Why did they ever remove presets, guys? Why did they ever remove presets? I don't know. If you don't know what presets is, a good example is, let's say I'm using the Maestro right now, right? And I have it set up right now as a CM, but I want to go use it at cam. So the preset will let me switch to the other Maestro that I have that is more suited for cam. So for example, I'd probably have, or let's say I want to use the Maestro as a striker, you know. So I want to have my other Maestro as a striker with higher finishing and higher shot power without having to reset the build. So that kind of ties in with resetting the build and spending 5,000 coins. So please, EA, bring back resets. Why did you ever remove presets? That was a really good feature we had in pro clubs the last couple of years. Like I said, a lot of people only have one, at most two archetypes, and they like to use those archetypes in different positions, but then they have to reset the build so it suits more that position. So please give us presets again. But this whole archetype system, I think, was a whole miss. Now, regarding the levels, I do like that so I think it was only one season where we didn't get new levels, but I do like how we get new levels every month and a half or so, because it brings people back into the game. There's something to play for. We started from level 1 to level 50. 6 months later, there's 90 levels. We will get probably level 100 come May or June, probably in the summer. So I do like that we get new levels every new season. It keeps, again, people coming back, something to look forward to. So I do like that we get new levels. The next thing I want to talk about, guys, is the live events. Now, the one that's supposed to be up right now is the No Rules Cup, but that one got bugged because the objective is not counting. But I want to say overall, the live events this year were not bad. You get good coins, you get consumables. The accessories themselves were trash, like the boots that you got. Besides the first one that we had, the Nike event was really good one because you got actual Nike boots. And yeah, so the live events weren't that bad. You get good rewards that are worth it. But this brings it to another point, guys. We need a revamp of the division system. The division system needs a complete revamp. It's been the same system since FC24, and it's very, very boring. Especially, for example, our club, we're already in Elite Division, and we still have 16 days left until the playoff starts. So we don't have nothing to play for no more in our division club. We really don't, besides trying to stay in the top 100. But even that's not even fun no more. So we need a new revamp to this division system. Give us 10 divisions like we had back in FIFA 23. Make playoffs every weekend. Having to wait every 40 days for playoffs it just takes too long, guys. If they can do playoffs every weekend would be nice. And then once a week we have a tournament like how we have in Rush. That would be great if they did tournaments. Give us more coins. So we definitely need a complete revamp of the division system, because once you hit Elite Division, especially when we're like not even halfway through, you have nothing else to play for in the divisions. Now, guys, I want to talk about the last thing is the club store. The club store has been really, really bad this year. Really, really bad. I don't know who's behind the creative team in pro clubs, but man, it's been really, really bad this year. We only get new items every 40 days, which that's too long, man. We should be getting new items at least every week, or every 2 weeks would be nice. And the items that we get, most of them are bugged. When you try to buy them and equip them, they're bugged. We made a separate video talking about that a couple days ago. These boots are just not good enough. I don't know why we don't get real life boots. I will say the only good thing from the club store this year was a consumable, because this helps you level up quicker. And helps you grind a little bit quicker. If you want to start a new archetype, it'll help you out with that. That's probably the only good thing about the club store. And the consumables aren't that expensive. I mean, coin wise, yes, coin wise they are expensive, especially if you don't play the game a lot. But if you have FC points in your country, 150 is not that bad. It does add up eventually, but overall, the consumable, it could have been way worse, and I hope it's not next year. Because this is the start of the monetization of the pro clubs era. We made a video just talking about that. So, yeah, but the club store, man, we need new items every week. I will give EA credit. It was a month ago or 2 months ago, we did have in the objectives, they gave us Adidas boots that you were allowed to unlock. So I don't know why they don't give us more real life boots that we can unlock, whether it's through the objectives or through the rewards from the live events. That would be nice, or even the playoff rewards. So yeah. And one last thing, guys, before we end off the video, I apologize, it's a long video, but this is like our 6-month review video. The stamina, please, EA, fix the stamina. No one asked for the unlimited stamina. The stamina has been so stupidly annoying this year. You really notice it when you're playing as an attacker and you have everyone dropping off or defending from the other team. That's when you really notice it. But yeah, the stamina is just really stupid this year. Every player has unlimited stamina. The stamina attribute doesn't even matter no more. Besides getting the quick step playstyle, to be honest. And that's about it, guys. The stamina is really bad. They need to go back to it, which I think they will. A month or two ago, I talked to the developer. He said they're monitoring the whole stamina situation. But yeah, guys. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Oh, I just remember the AI. I know the AI is really bad. Hopefully they can improve the AI a little bit better, especially the defending AI in pro clubs. I know in Ultimate Team the AI is really overpowered, but in pro clubs the AI defending is really trash, very lazy. They have no self-awareness of the situation. They suck at tracking back. But yeah, guys, this is a long video. This is my review and my honest opinion. 6 months later, we played this game for over 1,000 hours. So I would like to say I have a good feel for the game so far. Let me know your opinion, guys. If you disagree, or agree, let me know in the comments below, and let's get a discussion going. And hopefully EA can improve in FC 27 from what we got this year. Overall, it's not as bad as it was in FC 25, but it has gotten a little bit downwards, especially after all these updates that we get. Other than that, guys, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.